Did you know that in the beginning, Lucifer, they say he was the most beautiful of all angelic beings, the most illustrious, the most beautiful. Well, who was the one who claimed him to be the most beautiful? Like, how did he win that? How did that come to be? Was it other angels or was it God himself? Well, angels only submit to the will of God, right? They only have 180 degrees positive or 180 degrees negative, but they still have no choice but to submit to the will. So if he was the most beautiful, that means God felt that he was the most beautiful, right? The Most High felt that Lucifer was the most beautiful, and he is the all-wise and all-knowing. Oh, man, y'all ready? So, beautiful, but also powerful, because it's talking about energy. It's talking about knowledge. He was the most knowledgeable, the most wise, the most articulate, the most radiant, and he was the most beloved. Sounds a little bit like Jesus. Right? Go ahead and get those questions. That's how you know you're dealing with real right knowledge, when it's like, what? Oh my God, what did he say? Let me sit down and hear this. He said God loved Lucifer the most? Absolutely. And he didn't just love Lucifer the most. Lucifer loved his father the most. God was his all in all. Think about a person that you love, that's your heart, that you would just be crushed if that person was to leave or in any way, transcend, or they would meet their demise. You would just be so crushed, it would hit you in the heart. Well, Lucifer loved God that much too. So much so that it came to pass that a new energy was coming online for creation, and this is Adam. And Adam was to be formed from the third dimension of clay. And he was to be a level, he was to have a level of dominion. He was going to be a king. He was going to be a viceroy of creation. He was to rule of the physical plane. And he was to be made out of clay. Right? Talking about that unpurified salt we're going to go into. So, out of respect, the angelic beings were told energetically, bow down to Adam. Right? This is also found in the Holy Quran. So all the angels bowed down to Adam, all except one, Lucifer. The story takes a twist that he didn't bow down because he was rebellious against God. No, he didn't bow down because in his heart, he would never bow to anything besides the Most High. There's no way I'm bowing down to that beast. Beast? Oh my God, how did he call Adam was a beast? Well, I just told you that he was formed from clay. He was formed from the earth. He was formed from soot, right, of the earth, physical matter. He was formed from carbon. Well, carbon is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. We're talking about 666. We're also talking about physicality, so you're still talking about a beast, an animal. At the end of the day, this physical body is an animal. It's animated flesh. It's animated earth. We're nothing but the earth walking around. We're no different from those trees, but trees are planted in the earth, right? We are animalia. We animate or walk upon the face of the earth, correct? So what happens is he says, there's no way I'm bowing down. I only bow down to you, Father. You're the greatest. There's no way. I don't care if all the angels bow down. There's no way I'm doing it. right? My allegiance is to God. That's how much he loved the Most High. See? So, from the story that you get, not the Gnostic or not the deeper metaphysical or mystic side, the story you get, he was cast down, there was war in heaven and things of this nature. He became the devil. Right? But let me ask you this. God always says, I know what you know not. And he already knew Lucifer wouldn't bow down. He already knew that he would so-called rebel against that particular directive. There's no way he could bow down to something other than the Most High. In fact, that's the most unforgivable sin. To put something above God or above the kingdom. So why did he get cursed? Why did he fall? Well, no one else loved God so much, right, as to sacrifice themselves to play the ultimate role and the hardest role that you can play in this whole divine drama. They didn't have that level where they would detach themselves from their beloved in order to create that division and create that whole reality so ego could be born and beings can have an experience. We would not have this experience. Just like a child could never experience really being on their own and figuring things out for themselves until they say, you know what, I'm going to try all these things out for myself, regardless of what is told. Now you don't know from book knowledge, you know from direct knowledge. And there's also a story of the little angel, right? Everybody has a role to play down here in this divine drama. And the hardest role to play sometimes is the one that got to give the spankings. The hardest role to play is the one that has to play the drill sergeant. How else are we going to make soldiers that are resilient, that are undefeatable, unless we have a strong drill sergeant? And a drill sergeant that's not taking no mess. Huh? How else are we going to rise to our greatest, stature unless we have great resistance? Well, somebody has to play that resistance for us. Somebody has to play the role of the bad guy. Don't nobody want to play the bad guy? Don't nobody want to be cast away into hell? Quote unquote, metaphorically. Right? Nobody wants to play that role. But somebody got to play that role. And who else to play that role but the most powerful archangel? See? He's the only one that could play that role, or that have that power to play that role, or the knowledge or the wisdom to do that. So when you look at things alchemically, the devil or Lucifer is not evil. That is your resistance force, like we always teach in physics here at Hidden Power University. It's pushing against you. When you're in a car going certain speed, the faster you go, the more that wind pushes against you, the more your vehicle needs to be aerodynamic. The sharper you got to be to cut through that wind, through that resistance. So when you have a person that goes through supreme resistance in their life, it's like the worst is hitting their house. Everything is falling down. That's letting you know sometimes how powerful that being is. Because he doesn't bestow a force on you that you cannot bear. You need to step up to your power. There's a reason why you're going through these trials and tribulations, why it seems like everything is going wrong. You start, God damn, maybe I'm cursed. Maybe somebody did a spell on me. No, you are being called to higher knowledge. You are being called to soar higher with those eagles. You're not supposed to be flapping your wings with pigeons and chickens. You're supposed to be soaring with the eagles. So this is why you get more resistance, because you can handle it. You got to step up to your power. That's part of your initiation. I can't tell you how many people in our membership and people that are just veterans here at Hidden Power University, or just any spiritual path for that matter, that got into that level of initiation because they went through so much trial and tribulations in their life. See? They went through so much resistance. It's like everywhere they go, the devil is there. No, everywhere you go, your drill sergeant is there, because you are supposed to be a Green Beret. You're supposed to be a Navy SEAL. You are a high-ranking soldier. right? In this spiritual warfare, you are a master. So now you get those things because you need to be stepping up to your power. Now, man, this is not working. Let me check out the herbs. Wow, this spiritual system, that's not deep enough. I need more answers, right? I'm hearing high-pitched sounds in my ear. What is that? We go into that. I'm seeing shadows out of the corner of my eye. I don't fit in anywhere. You see? Everybody else get away with it. I do it, I get caught. Why? Some of y'all understand what I'm talking about. Some of you are getting chills right now. It's like, wow, that's me. You're just one in the family nobody understands. Because you have those genes that have been passed down for aeons of time from those angelic beings who came down.